What's up, fam? It is Monday, February 16th. As you can see, I'm in my car right now. I had a doctor's appointment this morning with my my drug dealer. Like, you're a drug dealer? My primary care physician, okay? I call her my drug dealer because she's like, you want this prescription? I'll put it through. Let's see if your insurance does it. Like, she doesn't question me too much. But you know, she doesn't just give me random medication. I'm not trying to put her under the bus, but she's a great doctor. Gosh, I've been with her for like over 20 years. My family goes to her. She's hilarious. I love her. But yeah, she's my drug dealer. So I had an appointment with her this morning because your girl is on a lot of drugs right now, and your girl is having a hard time losing weight. Now, your girl has lost a few pounds, as you saw from my last weigh, and I was down to like 200, then I went up to 201. Today I was 202. It is what it is. But I had gotten up to, I think, like 215 coming out of chemo. So let's just hit a little bit of rewind. I got up to like about 230, almost 240 pounds when I was pregnant with my last baby. Then I had her, and I was walking every day. And from January up until October of 2024, I had gone down from like the 230, 240-ish down to 188 from just like walking and trying to eat a little bit more intelligently, as my GI doctor tells me to do. I like him. He's cute too. And so I had gotten down to 188, and then that's when I went in for my double mastectomy surgery, and I went under the knife weighing 188 pounds. So 188 is like right now my goal number, because it's the number that the weight that I was when I got into this whole cancerverse world. And I started gaining little by little, because of course now you're recovering and you're not moving as much, and you know, you're kind of feeling sorry for yourself and you're eating all the things. And I started slowly gaining the weight back, but it was still a little bit under control. Then we had chemo start in February of 2025. So surgery was December 31st, 2024. I spent all of January recovering, and then January 31st is when I met my medical oncologist. She prescribed the 20 weeks of chemotherapy, and then I started like 2 weeks later. I was like, I'm not waiting. If we're gonna do chemo, we're gonna do it right now. Can I do it yesterday? She's like, oh, well, you gotta get your port. I was like, can I get the port tomorrow? Who do I have to call? So I was really on top of it. And I had my port surgery on February 12th of 2025, which if you saw not yesterday's video, but the video for February 12th, you know, I didn't vlog because that's still a little bit of a tough day for me. But I had the port, and literally the port surgery was like at 1:00 in the afternoon, and your girl had chemo at 8:30 in the morning the next day. I wasn't trying to waste time. I wasn't. So once we did chemo, the weight started going, and from 188 starting the surgery at the end of chemo, I weighed about 216 pounds. Let's just say 220. So I got right back up there. And now, then did my radiation. I'm starting to try my best to walk more, to eat better. I have the Weight Watchers app that I can count my points on, and it's been helpful. And I have been able to get down to 200. And I've been hovering around 200, 201, 202, 199.5 on one day, and then it went right back up. So I'm having a hard time. And then with trying to stabilize my mood and the depression and the anxiety, yeah, I kid you not, my kids will drop something in the house and And I'm like jumping out of my seat because I'm just so anxious all of the time. Like, these meds have me like on high alert all the time. And so I started the antidepressant, I think maybe 2 weeks ago. And I've been taking it, and I know it takes about like 3 weeks, 4 weeks for medication to really start taking effect. But I've been gauging my moods, and I have to say that I haven't been crying as much as I have been. When I started Anastrozole back in September, and then I started the Lupron shots shortly thereafter in October, and then we added on Kisqali shortly thereafter on November 16th. I don't know if it's the Kisqali or if it's the Anastrozole, but since September, I was feeling a little off, and it was fine. I was okay when it came to Anastrozole and the Lupron shot. But the moment I started taking Kisqali on November 16th, and I remember I sang in church that day. I posted the video, and I was like, you know what, I mentioned it on the altar. I said, I have to start a new medication, and I couldn't push it down the road anymore. So I started the pill yesterday, and we're just gonna let God do what he has to do. So I remember saying that, and that was the second day that I was on treatment. And after that, I will say that my mood has tanked down to the ground. I started crying every day. Like, there was not anything that would come my way that would not make me cry. I would see a squirrel cross my path and I would cry. My kid would give me a coloring sheet that they did at school and I would cry. A coworker shared with me that her sister is going through something, a medical issue, and she has my book, and she read my book, and she sent me a text message just saying thank you. Like, wow, your words have really like spoken to me. And oh my God, when my coworker told me that and sent me the picture of the text message, I was bawling. Like, everything makes me cry. A beautiful song at church makes me cry. The little kids in the kids church having a good time makes me cry. My students giving me attitudes, because y'all, high school kids, high school kids, okay, the attitudes that I get. And there have been times where I just want to cry, like just bawl out crying. In December, I was trying my best, and I just broke out crying in front of my students because I was just so frustrated. I couldn't read the music right. I couldn't help them get their harmonies better. The concert was within a week, and the stress, and I literally started crying in front of my students. And I was like, I'm sorry guys, I'm real sorry, this is not professional, but it's too much. So I started the bupropion about maybe 2 weeks ago, and as I have been gauging my moods, I have noticed that I'm not crying as much. So I feel like I'm leveling out, which is a nice feeling. And the Kisqali, it does make me sick when I first take it. I take it at 5 o'clock, really at 5:18. And you're like, why 5:18? That's mad random. I know. It's just that my alarm goes at 5, so I could take my medication, but then I'll snooze, and I snooze twice, and my snoozing intervals are of 9 minutes. And so when I snooze twice, it rings at 5:18, and I force myself to get up, and that's when I take my pills. So 5:18 is the time. And I will get sick from 5:18 up until about 6:30. So about an hour and a half. I feel like I'm on a mild chemo. My stomach hurts. Sometimes I feel a little dizzy, but I push through. And during the week, I feel like, because I've been thinking about changing the time that I take the pills, because it's 400 milligrams that I have to take for that treatment. So I was like, man, maybe I should take this at night. Maybe I should take it in the afternoon. But I really was like, no, you know what? 5 a.m., 5:18 a.m. is really the best time, Because when I wake up, I'm running around, I'm getting ready, I'm packing my kids' lunches, so I'm extremely distracted because I have so many things that I have to do. I feel like there's cold air coming into my car. So let me just turn up my heat a little bit. So I'm so distracted in the mornings that like I'm just working through the sickness, and then by the time I get into my car at 6:20 or 6:30 in the morning, I'm fine and I'm good to go for the rest of the day. On the weekends, it's even better because again, even if it's a Saturday, I still wake up at 5 o'clock or 5:18, and I'll take the pills, but because it's the weekend, I'll go right back to sleep. So I take 6 pills every day, 6 in the morning, and then I take about 4 pills in the afternoon. And like, I have a lot of medication I have to take, y'all. It's crazy. So I do the 6 pills in the morning, and then I go back to sleep. And then by the time I wake up on the weekends, like 7 o'clock, the sickness is gone. So I'm just gonna keep it like that. And that's what's been going on with that. And then this morning I went to my physician because I don't even know if I mentioned it. I'm just rambling today. But I went to my physician because I have been trying to get on GLP-1 medication. And when you do it online, like I tried Weight Watchers and I did the whole thing, and the physician would not take me because of the whole cancer situation. I tried Roe. Roe did take me, but it was like $400 a month. Your girl don't have $400 a month on the side for medication. I don't have it. Okay? So I was like, crap, what's gonna happen? I was like, let me go to my drug dealer. So I went to my doctor and I explained to her this morning. I said, hey, this is what's going on. We caught up. I told her all the medications that I'm on. I told her how I've been doing because I haven't seen her in a year. And I said, listen, I want to be on GLP-1s. I'm having a hard time just breaking out of the 200s. I'll lose a pound, I'll gain 2. I'll lose 3 pounds, I'll gain 6. You know, I'm tired of this. And I feel so heavy. I said, is there any way that you can put a prescription in for me and see if my insurance will cover it? Because remember, guys, if you've been with me for quite some time, I also have liver disease, and it's just crazy. I never ever thought in my life that I would be a sick adult. Never. I was never a sick child. Well, it is what it is. So I was like, you know what? I got the liver disease diagnosis. I got the breast cancer diagnosis. I'm on 1,001 medications that have thrown me into menopause and are making it really hard for me to lose weight. The extra weight is not helping my joints, and my joints hurt because of the anastrozole. I said, is there any way that we can spin this and have the insurance covered? Because the medication, the losing of the weight, will have a positive effect on the other ailments that I'm having because of liver disease and the cancer diagnosis. So she put in the prescription, and we're gonna see if it goes through. I hope it does, because I can't afford to pay that medication right now. Maybe in a year or two I could, but I just really need to start losing this weight now. So that's where we're at. And we're currently in the car waiting to go to our next doctor's appointment. I've got to go see my dentist, and I really do want to take, I always take my teeth seriously. I don't know why I was about to say that. I want to take it more seriously. I do take it seriously. I never miss my appointments. But I really, really want to stay on top of my teeth, because, you know, you don't think about how poor oral hygiene affects the rest of your body. And you're like, it's my teeth. Well, like, I've learned that if you don't floss your teeth regularly, that all that food that sits in between your teeth, right? Oh, my lip. That sits in between your teeth, now it starts to calcify, right? And bacteria gets in there. And then what ends up happening is then that bacteria starts seeping into your gums, and it starts seeping into your blood system, and it just can have an adverse effect on you. And I'm like, really? I didn't know that. Oh my God, flossing is serious. So I've been wanting to do that. And then all because, you know, with chemo, you really have to be on top of your oral health because you are prone to getting mouth sores. And thank God I never got a mouth sore. I had like the inkling of one trying to come out. And then I was real quick. I like was on my mouthwashes, making sure that it was clean and my mouth was like hydrated, and it went away. So that's where we're at. We're going to the dentist in about 30 minutes. And we're hoping to have a good day. You know, the sky is a little gray, but I'll take it. And I don't know what else I was going to say. I don't know what else. I was going to say something else, but we're going to have a good day. We're going to have a good day. So wish me luck. I hope the medication is approved. I hope that my insurance can cover it because I really, truly feel that I need it. And I'll see you on the next one, I guess. I don't think I'm going to vlog anymore today because I'm going to work on my kids' room. Their room is a disaster. We got them new beds, and they're really, really cool loft beds, but they're huge, and I've had to reconfigure the room in a way that it's just been a little bit of a challenge. Their toys are everywhere. It's just a mess. So I'm going to go home after my dental appointment and work on that. So thank you for watching. Today was like, I wanted to chit chat today. Y'all, I have not been wanting to chit chat the last couple of days, but today I turned on the camera and I'm like, but it is what it is. I'll see you on the next one.